Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to InfraSpace, the experiment. That's right. In episode 10, we had finally reached level 6 of the experiment, and we were ready to open up the rest of the city to see if it would actually populate the whole thing or what would happen. And unfortunately for us, the way the game calculates incoming population trends and all that stuff, basically once the rest of the city was opened up, it could not bring in the people fast enough before the recalculations took place, and basically everything came to a standstill. Now, we could have ended the series there and called it a day, and that was actually done about 2 weeks before Trains had come out. So it's been about 7 weeks now since that episode 10 was done, and I must admit I was a little bit bummed out by that because I'd hoped that the calculations would be a little slower, and that by the time they had recalculated, we would have gotten about I was hoping for about 15,000 in, but it just didn't happen. So I guess we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's get in there and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we're back into it again. And, of course, we have a population of 10,298, but not from the way we done it at the end of episode 10. It is totally different. And we're going to swing around here for a second because the city is way back here. So, of course, now... with the amount of stuff going on in the game, lag is severe lag. So that's just one thing we're going to have to deal with here. Now, this is the city at 10,298, and District 1 is basically populated. It is actually quite the feat. And of course, it does look really cool now with the latest updates, all the mixed buildings now for level 6, right? So like they've got multiple building models, right? So this is a level 6 building, this is level 6, this is a level 6. It is a little scary though. I will say, like for example, we'll get out of that building. Some of these buildings I don't know if I'd want to live in. There's some buildings over here that got quite the mean tilt to them. If you're on a bit of a hill, I don't know who lives in these buildings, but man, the gravity boots they must have. It must be amazing, because let me tell you, whoa, that's some mean leans on buildings. I don't know if they'll try to fix that in their models, but you'll see that all throughout the city, whereas the land terrain, of course, it just builds with the land terrain and doesn't smooth it. It kind of just goes wild crazy. It goes wild crazy with some of the buildings. It is pretty cool. But we do have over 10,000 people here. And of course, in episode 10, I did mention about doing one more experiment. And I did actually do that experiment, and it was a success, but it didn't increase the population. What it did was it upgraded all the buildings to level 6 without them having any population in them. And it did look really, really cool. And I will actually show that still at the end of the series, because it is a really cool 10-minute video that I took of that. But we thought, gee whiz, like I still have lots of city to go, right? And I thought I still want to get to 20,000 people. So gosh darn, we're going to expand again. So District 2 is about to become the same as District 1. And to do that, of course, we basically have to double our output of all the things. And so, of course, that's going to mean things like, for example, we need another whole home appliances section. Wow. You're going to need a whole bunch of more home appliances. So we have home appliances here. We've got a home appliance runway up here. Over here, I believe I've got this set up for computers. And so, because we're going to need a whole bunch more computers, right? Of course, we're going to need a whole bunch more home robots. So instead of building a second section for them, what I've done is I have basically spent about 8-10 hours reorganizing the entire robot section to now be basically double-sized. And so, of course, like motors here were like up here in this empty zone, and these were actually more stretched out, right? So the robots themselves were actually closer to the top here. We actually had the green circuits in this little space up here for the actual robots themselves. This has all been cleaned up and is now ready for major expansion. It has taken a lot of steel and concrete to make this all happen, let me tell you. And of course, another thing we're going to want to do, or that we have to do, is we now need to expand. We're going to need to expand our VR education, because, of course, we are basically going to have to double this build and make sure it gets done. Now, to get the 20,000 in here and the resources for it, much of this District 3, which again has no people in it, but much of this is going to have to go, especially the top half of it, to try and get another one of these whole sections in over here. So that is what we're going to do next. I'm actually going to take some of these houses out. I'm going to get ready to put in these buildings, or the layout groundwork for these buildings. Then bring you back, and we're going to actually start building the pieces for doing this district. And of course, this means that we're going to have to, get them the oxygen and the basic foods and the special foods and all the things. Now, we should be able to do this fairly quickly, though. Hence, it shouldn't take 10 episodes to do this, simply because with everything up and running, the big trick is to add the pieces on without crashing the rest of the city. So District 2 is going to be totally separated from District 1, so it's totally safe over there, okay? And if anything goes wrong, well then, I can literally just, do something to fix it. But of course, we're going to take this apart, and then we're going to break this down into sections. And then, of course, we're going to feed it section by section, very much how we did District 1, but it should go by a lot faster this time. So let me get to work on the final piece for VR, and once I've got that piece laid out, then we'll start putting in sections together and adding to each of the other pieces to get them in here and see what happens. Okay, so we should now be ready to open up the first part of District number 2. So obviously, when we open up District 2, things are going to happen. And we need a little bit of each of everything ready, but we also have a population problem. You can't just... I can't just say 50,000 concrete and steel and build all these things at once, because the problem is that, again, it comes back to that whole population immigration problem, and the fact that we need this section to fill up so as we can get more jobs in to then add more factory stuff to do the next section. So we've taken the 2,000 jobs that I had, we've now basically loaded up this first section. Now, it's got 2 food joints, it's got 2 stadiums. This is overkill for this section. Okay, so when we open up the next section, it shouldn't need any food at all. Like, it shouldn't need any food. The stadium section, the stadiums will probably handle the next section. It will need schools, oxygen, your basic food stuffs, and of course the outside, inquiries. But that's going to happen. So let's have a look at. So obviously we have the interior stuff. We have parks, schools. Culture, right? Sports. Of course, we have our food ready. Okay, so it's ready to go. So what do we have on the outside? Well, of course, the first thing they're going to all want, right, and they're all looking for it right now, is home appliances. So we've got home appliances on standby in its section block right here. It is ready to go, and of course, it's loaded up. Right, it's just waiting for me to connect the road. Is what I'm doing. So we're going to do that. Of course, it's going to want computers and parks right after that. So, of course, right down here is our computers. We have them on standby. and of course they are getting ready to be pumped out to all the peoples and the things. So hopefully that will go pretty smooth. Then of course, once we've got that done, then where's one of my buildings here? Here we go. Of course, we're going to get ready to then bring in, obviously, I believe it's culture and home robots are next. Culture, home robots, and good meals. Well, we've got the good meals ready to go. We got the culture ready to go, and the home robots will soon be ready to go. So obviously, we're going to watch this for a second. Home robots are way up here at the top, right? Now, home robots is the only place I'm actually sharing a factory. I'm sharing all the factory components until the very end. And then, as you can see here, what's happening is these two guys, these guys here are handling all the robots for our District 1. These robots here are going to handle District 2, and they've got their own separate highway that comes down here. And, of course, this separate highway, yep, come on, let's go, comes all the way down here, and then connects in with of course, the home appliances. So that is, of course, going to happen. And then, of course, we got VR education. That's where we're going to do our train. So, as you can see, we are now going to play with a train. I'm actually very excited about this. My first train. This is the receiving station, of course. Have no idea how this is going to work. If it's going to work at all. Got no clue. It's going to be entertainment. So, we're going to see what happens. Obviously, it has the ability to jump onto the highway, the mega highway, and go wherever direction it wants. So let's follow. If this is the end station, we of course want to see where the start of this is. This actually goes over the mountain, because our VR station's way over in the upper corner of the other part of the map, right? Now I have no idea if trains can even like climb these mountains, the stuff, and I must admit there's a few janky sections that are like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work, but you know. I mean, I didn't, you know, map coding, right? I know I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I did not do this. So I don't know. I think I must have had this elevated, possibly, when I first constructed it. In fact, you know what? Let's try and fix some of this right now, just because I'm not really big on the whole elevation factor here. That really wasn't my intention. So we're gonna do that, do this, switch over to rail, and we're gonna swing you over here. Okay, so you actually do want to build kind of a weird bridge thing. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Well, I don't want you to build a weird bridge thing because it's weird. Okay, that's fine. Yep. All right. Wherever, whatever. So obviously we now want to start on this one. Okay, I guess it is just kind of bridged. I thought I had the R key down or something like that. But let's get the VR side of things hooked in as well. And I'm going to pause it just so as the scroll's a little better to manage. So of course it looks pretty empty when you come over here and look at it. But this has got to all fill out. So, of course, you have circuits, and we have sand miners, of course, making the microchip factory. And they, of course, have got to ship that stuff to the VR education factory. And, of course, we've got to ship that over here to the neuroprocessor factory. Of course, here we have carbon. We have more sand miners. And, of course, they're putting their stuff in the nanotubes, which, of course, they too have to go to VR education and the neuroprocessor factory, and they have to go to VR education. So what we want to do now, of course, is we're going to finish this little bit of road and turn this on. Well, I'm going to save, right? Yeah, I definitely got to save because, yeah, you bet. We're definitely saving. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this, make this happen, something like that, and then kind of do this and make this happen, and then kind of come down here. Again, my first train station. Don't really know how it's going to play out, but we're going to try it anyway. Boom, there we go. And with that, I am now going to save the game, and then we're gonna back. And when I bring it back, we're gonna be back down there at the city, and I'm gonna have to travel around for a bit to see if this is all working, and we're gonna see what happens. So hold on a sec. Okay, so we're back down here in the corner. I am gonna hook the highway in first, and then I'm gonna put down an airport pad and cross my fingers and toes and all the other things, and hope that I don't lose any on the process. So we're gonna do that. We know that this is a little cranky, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it like a little, like a single lane U-turn. There, see, just so you're not cranky all the time. There, see, no, you can actually go straight through, people. This is just a U-turn lane. This is perfectly fine. Nothing to see here, and it's because we don't want to hook this main highway into any of this neighborhood, of course, until the very end. Now let's actually put down an airport. So see, everything's kind of just sitting and waiting, right? I would expect the factories to start shipping that stuff down, though. Oh yeah, well, of course, if you hit the play button. Even with the houses at 0, right? They will start to do the things. So see, they're going to start shipping them trucks out. There's nobody in them houses down there, but they are going to start shipping them trucks down, and we are going to start seeing some stuff, even without anybody down here, right? So basically, it's just like it was before. We're basically just filling them up, and there's nobody here living. Now, I do expect I'm going to have to add more schools. I had to add more schools last time over on the other side, so I am expecting to add more schools this time. With that, we need a road. We need a road to connect these guys in. And I just realized I didn't even connect these guys in. But we're going to connect them all in one at a time, probably, as they're needed. Let's you know what? Let's just land them right in the middle of the city, shall we? Why not? There gotta be some place we can put them in here, right? Yeah, let's let's just plop them in here, right? Plop one in there, and we'll plop one in there, and we'll see what happens. Yep, pink cars are starting to pour out like crazy, and they're like, hey, look at these houses that are right here. Can we live in these houses? Like right here? And I'm like, yeah, you could. So they are slowly pouring out. Now this is going to start to bite into our habitat level threshold. So there it goes, 599, right? So that is expected. The trick here is that we need this neighborhood to grow while that number is shrinking. So we need people to be coming in as quickly as possible, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. So we do have the cars coming down here. Hopefully you're delivering more of them cars, a lot more of them cars actually, because we're gonna need more of them peoples, right? Just saying. I hope you're gonna deliver more stuff. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I hope you guys must have cleared everything out, did you? Yep, you sure did. You cleaned everything out. That's all right. You know what? We actually have a few people, so we can actually top you up a little bit. So let's go up here. And we'll throw a few of these in. Look at that. Gotta like having employment. We're all about them job creation. There we go. Of course, we've got to be a little careful on how many things you throw down at one time, because, of course, this floods roads like crazy, right? So we got to be a little careful. I don't know why I made this road so crooked. the land terrain is always so tricky. It's always so tricky to work with. I don't know what it is. It's just really tricky stuff to work with. Anyway, it's going to, they're going to get some materials and things. Of course, they're going to start shipping out the electronics out there. Hey, these guys want electronics, no kidding. And of course, they're going to get a bunch of electronics, and we're going to, you know, bring it back. Once they get into the upgrading process, I'll bring it back, and we'll see how this part of the neighborhood takes off. And hey, look at that. Upgrades are happening. Yes, you know it. You know it, and I know it. You better upgrade, mister. Computers and parks. Computers and parks. Guess what? I had better plug that in before I do the cutaway here, huh? So, computers and parks. Let's do a thing. Yeah, you bet. We're going to take this right down to the very bottom and then let them work their way up. So, boom. Yes, you know it. Parks are already, like, flowing in. They're going crazy. These guys are about to realize that, hey, we can drive places. Yeah, I know. Look at that. It's like we can go somewhere now. Yeah, I know. It's great. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you back. We'll see how this goes. I'll probably bring you back at about halfway through the points. Probably when we get into the crazy foodstuffs. See you in a sec. Okay, so we're back here, and of course, they are now moving on to the next phase, which of course is home robotics. Currently, 6 are being delivered, so I gotta go quickly have a look up there. Of course, we've added a little expansion to computers so as we can try and stay on top of that. And it's now time to actually go up here. I want to see the train, right? Because I mean, that's what's gonna happen. That's the one that's gonna make things exciting, right? There's hardly anybody living in these apartments, so that's why this building's like hardly using anything at the moment. So again, 2 robot factories are probably more than enough. Once they fill out all the buildings, 6 are being delivered, so you know that's going to happen. The big thing though is that I have begun the expansion of circuits, so this is good. The issue is going to be these guys, right? I have not added any of these guys at all, right? So we should add 4 more view guys. And because we're adding 4 more view guys, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it anyway. We'll add, 4 carbon processors because, it's a thing we do. I'm going to see if the sand crawlers can actually keep up with that for the moment. Hopefully they can, and then we're gonna switch over here, and now we will add in where's my buildings, where's my stuffs. Okay, here we go, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should probably do it. But you know what, I mean, I'm already over here, so I can do all this now. The reason that this isn't really going to hurt us too much is, or why is it I can just kind of slam this all in? And I will show you in here in a second. Now, see, that makes traffic very, like when you add 8 buildings like that, that makes traffic very excited. This is going to get clogged up very quickly. But the reason that I can just do that and know it's going to work is because I spent hours putting in all the districts for all the things, right? So long before everything, became a thing, right? These guys got all district off, all the new districts were put in, all the mining and the stuff and the things was all district off. So it's all pretty crazy. This was all done, in advance kind of deal, right? So that way, when we did turn all this on, it was going to be like boom, right? I could just plop down buildings, and I already knew that the districts were underneath there and that they were being handled no problem. I am very excited about the train. I hope it works. I really do. So in this case, we're waiting for a building. We're waiting for a building that needs the train, right? We need a building that needs VR education. done now, right? And I mean, we got buildings that are upgrading, right? VR education, right? Currently being delivered, none. No, that's not good, right? We want some being delivered. How can I get some delivered? Okay, that's train station beta. Congratulations. You know, let's go up here to the other train station. Do you have computers to deliver? Yes, you do. Outgoing storage is full. Okay, well, you know what? Outgoing storage could outgo deliver them right down here, and I would be fine with that. You know, there's no problem with you bringing them down to this train station. I am perfectly fine, and you can put them on a train and make things happen. Whoa, that was pretty crazy. Okay, so in this particular case, give me 30 seconds. I'll fix the train stations. Oh yeah, you know it. We got trains. I forgot to set up the line. You know, hey, listen, it's been a very busy day. I had to set up an entire map of stuff. So, you know, forgetting to set up the train line, you got to cut me a little bit of slack here. So we got the VR education coming over here, of course, and we got a couple of trains. I've only put 2 trains on the line just to start with. Nothing too exciting. I mean, if we need more, we can obviously put more. And there goes our train. We'll follow that here in a second. I got a power problem, so I got to deal with that first. And I know I should be super excited about the trains, but at the same time, if I don't fix this power problem, we're not gonna have to worry. We're gonna worry about a lot more things than trains. So, you know, let's fix the power problem so as we don't have to worry about the power problem. There we go. All right. Yep. We're just gonna lay out solar panels like crazy. There we go. 91. Well, we can keep going here. Now, I could go to the final science, get into nuclear, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. You know what? Solar panels just fine. They work just fine for me. Okay, now let's go stare at my trains, because, like, come on. You know, I want to see trains making stuff, delivering the things. What's this train doing? Right, so this train is transporting nothing at the moment. That's fine. Right? You know, they can't all be picking up all the things. Okay, so that's fine. So he stops in here. Yeah. Oh, he even does the hissing sound. That's really cool. What about this guy? Right? Okay, so this guy's got nothing on him either. Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me there's no VR education to be picked up anywhere, right? The question becomes is, like, how much space will these guys, like, give? You know? So, obviously, this guy's going to get ready to go. Okay, so if that's about the amount of space, I can probably get, like, say, 10 trains? I don't know. I must admit, it's very weird to play a game where you don't have to set up the signal blocks, that it does it for you, so that's kind of weird. So I mean, this is all a new experiment to me, and let's see what happens over here now. Is this train gonna? You know, I want. Yeah. Thanks for. You're not gonna give me the train, are you? No. It's too bad Station Alpha wouldn't tell me. Listen, let's play this because I see a bunch of trucks driving down here. When trucks drive down here, this means you guys have got to take a load of something going somewhere. Yeah, see, I know you've got 2 boxes on there, right? Yeah, you've got 61 VR educations. Well, dude, we're following you. You've got the thing we want. Well, okay, you're gonna zip. Wow, you're gonna zip me right over here. Okay, this train has got the VR education that we want on there. He's got 61 of them. That's actually a fair amount. I do want to see how he comes over this mountain, though. This should be a little bit of entertainment on its own. Is he coming up the mountain? Yeah, he is actually coming up the mountain. This is probably shaky as it is. Yeah, so that's a little bit questionable, but you know, wow, like that train right behind him is pretty close behind him. But I'm okay with that. As long as they're smart enough not to crash into each other, I am okay with this. I will actually put even more trains on here. I'm just happy to see that, hey, he has got VR education on board, and he is going to deliver it for me. Yeah, in fact, I think we're going to have to put a lot more trains on this line, because having this amount of space in here does worry me a little bit. Trains always worry me. Unlike roads and traffic, right? Trains are a lot harder to measure when it comes to throughput. I know these trucks carry 2 things each. I know that it takes them 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get to a point, right? Trains are always kind of iffy-giffy, right? Like, it's like, well, it's approximately 11 minutes to get here, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards, right? Yeah, so like, now that he's here, does he just drop off and all these trucks start flying? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Wow, look at that. Like, all the vehicles want out all of a sudden. Listen, you can all... Oh, this is like a one-lane road. One-lane road. Okay, well, I didn't expect, like, a flood of vehicles to come flood out of this thing like that. But sure. Did you guys get any stuff? No. Yeah, so we're going to add even more trains. I'm going to add even more trains. I'm going to say 16 now. Let's see what happens. Because I want, if there's VR education down there, I want it being picked up all the time. I want trains getting in here and being delivered. Now, I can see that, see this delay thing, this delay tactic going on here. Until they get themselves spaced out a little bit, I could see this being a problem. So I could also see where you don't want too many trains, because too many trains would also be a bad thing, and we don't want that. Okay, but we got trains working. Of course, we got things being delivered down here. Who is short on what? Wow, look at this. Awesome sauce. Look at that. Well, these guys are going to all upgrade. That's awesome. Look at that. Well, we haven't got VR education going on down here, but that's no surprise, because it's going to take a little time to get stuff around, right? Now, it looks like I need more computers. Wow, really? Okay. Well, let's do that. So this is what it's going to be like. What are we at? We're at 10,291 jobs. We got 11,600 people in the city. We got more than enough people to put in jobs. Let's job these people, right? Okay. Sure. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do it that way for now. Listen, can you do more things? Do you want to do more things for me? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. And we'll do this. Something like that. And down here, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. These are supposed to be wide enough to put two buildings in. That's not good. I mean, this whole design is based on that. So I'm going to have to fix that, because these will not fit in there. That's not good. That means we will not be able to hold enough to make things happen. I wonder how I messed that up. Anyway, I will fix that later. We're not going to worry about that right now. We will fix that soon enough. So let's get up here. We want to make sure home appliances can keep up, right? Looks like they're doing okay. Computer seems to be the big holdup. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you're going to need more copper, more of the things. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys fill up a bit and do the things. I'll bring you back one more time, and we'll kind of wrap this one up. And, of course, as we now build out District 2, because I want 20,000. I want 20K, and we're going to get 20K out of this thing. So, we're on our way to 20K. I'll bring you right back. Oh yeah, you betcha. We now have Section 1 of District 2 all done, and everybody is upgraded. Level 6 is 12,258, and we've got more to go. So next video, next mission. Well, it's definitely a mission. Next video is definitely going to be us taking this next section here and giving them all the things. We have been continuously expanding the products and services they need. So of course they're going to be getting all the new computers. They're going to be getting all the new home appliances. They're going to get them home robots. And they've got trains coming in here delivering all the VR education that you need. In fact, dude, it looks like you're carrying a box there. You should drop that off. That'd be really awesome. Oh, you know what? I should hit the play button so you can drop the box off, and that'd be really awesome. Yeah, that's right. Deliver that VR education, because they need to be educated down there. And we're about to educate all this, and we're going to get to 20K. We're on our way to 20K. I'm Max. This is InfraSpace, the experiment continued, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.